Maurice here, the friendly neighborhood silly ape. If you want to learn to make the greatest gummies in the world, follow along with me. Well, hello. We're back again. Sorry to keep you guys in the dark there, but now we're in the light. About to get enlightened. Alright, first things first. Get your stove top on low and get your double boiler set up. Now, a double boiler is where you have two pots. One pot that sits inside the other, and the first pot heats up the water. See? Hot. It's spicy in there. There you go. Now, I've already taken care of this, so this is nice and warmed up already. And so, from here, we can move on to the next step. And that would be the potassium sorbate. Yes. Now, the reason we use this is as a preservative. See, little white pellets. Oh, there we go. So what we're going to do, grab us a little spoon here, spoon. We're going to go on here. Now, you only need a pinch, a very small pinch. I mean, literally, like a pinch, like that. See? Check this out. Doesn't take much to mix it in there. Boom! Look at it disperse. Look at it gone. Now a little bit more so you can see how that looks. It's like magic. Wow. Okay. I'll give you guys a little background as to why I think my gummy recipe may be one of the greatest gummy recipes in the world. Yeah. And well, there's a handful of reasons. One is the fact that, unlike most of the recipes you see online, what you won't know without having experience of doing them is that you run into issues like issues with sweating, and sweating is a pretty bad problem when it comes to making gummies, because you want your gummy to be set properly. You don't want it to melt on you when you go to coat it or when you go to bag them up. You know, that's not cool. And so this gummy recipe works around that problem. And this is probably the closest you can get to store-bought gummies in texture and in longevity. These gummies will probably last anywhere from 2 months to maybe 5 months. I don't honestly know. They don't really last that long, you know. So, another reason is that, unlike most recipes that use corn syrup, I used to use corn syrup, but I learned and gained experience, and then now I don't really need it anymore. And same with sugar. I don't add any extra sugar to my recipes because the jello comes with enough. And you're wondering why I have, 6 boxes here, 4 different flavors. And I wanted to point something out before we got further, and that was the weight. Now, so you see right here, 170. You see right here, 110. 111. And then the one I'm using is also a 110 right there. And so you got to pay attention when you're grabbing this stuff, because you may think you're grabbing the 110s, 111s for this recipe, and by accident you end up grabbing a 170. And if you use 3 of these, this recipe won't work out like you think it will. And so just pay attention to that, okay? Okay. And so now, next, we're going to start with the wild berry Skittles. Hell yeah, man, look. 110. Oh, I almost forgot. The oil. Yeah, look at that. You see it, will you? You see that? Yeah, you know what that is. Alright, we're gonna set this to the side, we're gonna let this infuse right here. And come back over here. I'm gonna open this right here up. And so now we're using the wild berry Skittles. We're gonna use 3 boxes of these, which should be around 330 grams of the Jello mix. Now, I'm actually making grape flavored gummies today. And so, to make this taste like grape, you will need to pick up some of these flavorings right here. Let's see if I can get it focused for y'all. Focus. Okay, either way, it's LorAnn's flavorings, and they are fantastic. There we go, in the dark a little bit. You see grape. You see the name, LorAnn. These little flavorings are great. They are jam-packed with flavor, and they just really do a good job of translating that into the gummy. And so, I've already went ahead and bloomed some gelatin, which you need to do. You need to use 2 packs of Knox gelatin, or you can use the Great Value unbranded kind, but as long as it's 2 packs, okay? And so what you're going to do is you're going to put that 2 packs into a bowl like this, and the bowl needs to have 50 milliliters of liquid. It can be juice or water, and then that little flavoring, you just dump that into the water, you mix it up, and then you add your gelatin in there, your unflavored gelatin. You add 2 packets to that, let that bloom for 5 minutes, right? 5 minutes. And then it should be ready to go after that. Okay. And so, what we're going to do next now, let's go ahead and open up this bad boy right here. Right. Open that up like that, like so. Okay. And take this. Come over here. And you're going to dump it in. Yep, you're going to dump it all in. Everything. Now remember, we had 100 milliliters of water in here, already heating up. Okay, and to this we added the potassium sorbate that now we have nicely packed up at the top right there, potassium sorbate, just a pinch. Okay, and then from here we're gonna we're gonna open up another packet. Oh, okay, just like that. Boom. Check it out. Oh, and then we're gonna dump it in there. Now you might be wondering, Maurice, 50 milliliters of water to 3 packets of Jello? Isn't that a little bit too much Jello for the amount of water? Well, I mean, yeah, it might be, you know. No, it's not. It might not nothing. Oh God, my fingers. It's actually the perfect amount. This allows this gummy to melt like it's supposed to, and at the same time gives it a better consistency in the end. And it also sets much faster than most gummy recipes. That's my pet peeve about these other recipes, is that they use so much water in their recipes. I feel like I think they're lying. I feel like a lot of their recipes are lying to everybody about how well they set afterwards. Because what I know from how much I tell you, I made thousands of gummies, y'all. Thousands of these. And after over the years, I just learned, rubber spatula. When you're making gummy stuff, you want to use a rubber spatula because it helps scrape everything a lot better, and it's easier to clean off the silicone. And so, real important here. So check this out. Look, boom. Look at this. This is my favorite thing to do. Is to dig a hole in the center, right, like a little pit. Dig down, and then boom, we build a little trench and just watch the water flood in. It's like ASMR. letting you guys enjoy this with me. Sorry. You gotta enjoy the little things, even in monotonous tasks like this, you know? After doing this for so many times, it kind of does get boring, but with stuff like this, it kind of makes it more entertaining for me. And maybe I'm just slow or something. I don't know. Okay. We're gonna speed this up for you guys. Okay. Check it out. Look. Okay, see? Look. And look, you gotta peel this back. Peel this back. Peel this back. Because you want that water to get in there. You want to make sure all of this jello, okay? All of this jello is getting wet. That's all you want to do. You just want to make sure this is all wet. Okay? See? Got it down in there. And you don't have to do it like I just did it. You can dump it all in there and mix it all together. That works too, you know? I just kind of like doing things a little slower. You know, I feel like I get better results when I do things a little slower. Okay? Now check this out. Look. You see it's starting to look a little better now, right? Look, it's starting to melt down there. Yep. It's almost there. We're going to chop this up. Chop. I also like using a tooth, or not tooth, but a chopstick. It's a metal chopstick that we picked up in the Asian market. And it's badass, man. Chopsticks are dope. So we're going to jab this. And so this is going to take about 45. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to the timer. And we're going to hit 45 minutes. Okay, I'll hold it. I can hold it. Oh my goodness, I can hold this damn thing. Come on, buddy. Oh shit. Okay, come on. 45, alright. Boom, 45. They get it. Okay. And now, in between time, yeah, it's really about it. Oh, let me give you other tips too. And so, while this is melting, it's going to take 45 minutes to get all of this perfectly melted. And honestly, you can probably go in about 30 minutes, but I do, again, I'm more of the slower method. I'm more of a set it and forget it type of person, and so I usually just set it for 45 minutes and then I walk away and go do whatever, you know. And a lot of the times I'll end up like, you know, I'll be outside doing aromatherapy or something and just completely forget I even have this here, and I'll come back and it'll be perfectly melted together, and you'll know the difference. And I'll explain it later when we come back to it. Boop. These molds, check it out. And so, it's another thing I wanted to get into. Different molds require different volume. You can't just expect to use this recipe that I'm using today for just one of these. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Think about it. You gotta use the noggin. You gotta use that little walnut you got up there shaking around. Okay? This one holds at max 50 milliliters. Each of these little things probably only hold about 1 milliliter at a time. So it's just, you know, it's good for small stuff, but for big things, it's not what you want. The same thing for this, you know, you can get all types of different molds. I've got this one, I got unicorns, I got fishies, I've got a dinosaur type, what am I missing? Pineapples, but this is the one we'll be using today. And see, these take about 5 to 6 milliliters to fill up. And so I found these to be perfect, especially to hold the proper amount of let's just call it magic. Because you don't want to cram too much in a small piece, right? Because the smaller it is, the more the flavor of your oil will translate over to your tongue, right? So the bigger the gummy, the easier it is to cover or mask up the flavor. And so, oh yeah. You're probably wondering what this is over here. you're going to need this. This is good. This really helps mix everything together. It keeps it from separating later too. That's another problem with a lot of other people's recipes, is that once you get to start pouring them, you'll notice that they will start trying to separate on you once they're cooling down. And you don't want that to happen. It can cause it's a recipe for disaster, you know? You can have overdose gummies, underdose gummies, you know, somebody might get one that's like super strong, somebody might get one that's like super weak. That's, you know, it's that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm not throwing that. I like the Sunflower Lecithin. That was a good investment. I buy the bottle. You plan on doing this for a long time. You plan on making this for a long time. Buy this bottle, because this bottle has lasted me at least probably about 5 to 6 years now. Okay, 5 to 6 years. Let's just think about that. The concept of it. That's crazy. And you remember how I said I don't use corn syrup, I don't use added sugar, right? Because these Jello comes with sugar. Now, one thing I will say you guys can use is citric acid, right? So the citric acid is how they make sour gummies, okay? And I prefer my sour to be on the inside of the gummy, alright? Because if I notice that when you put citric acid in your sugar coating, it can cause your gummy to sweat. And so you don't want that problem, right? No, you don't. So let's just try and avoid it, you know? You can add it right into your mixture here and melt it together. Mix it all in. That's what it does. That's what we're doing here. We're mixing stuff, man. Okay, that's all this is. It's not rocket science. It's just trial and error, and through experience, you figure out what works the best, right? Well, except for you guys. You guys are getting the fucking, what my friend told me was free game. You know, if that makes sense to you, free game. Yeah, that's basically what this is. At least that's what he called it or described it. You know, he's a good friend. I trust him. And so, yeah. And oh, you know, let's break this down, since we still got fucking 39 minutes of cook time here. And mind you, now, at about 30 to 35 minutes, you're gonna add in the bloom gelatin that we added our grape flavoring to. Look at that, that's why it's so dark and purple. It looks black, but it's actually grape. You can see the kind of tint in the back there. Yeah, this is gonna make this candy taste fucking phenomenal. And so, to figure out the volumes, the easiest method is to get a syringe, like a candy syringe. And what you can do is you can soak up some water and see how many milliliters it takes to fill up one of these spots, right? And then you take that amount, okay, so for this right here, one of these ends up being, I believe it was 5 milliliters, I'm not mistaken, 5 milliliters, okay? And so 5 times 35, right? It would be 175 milliliters total. And so you would have to base everything else off of that, correct? Correct. And so this is why I say you need to get more than one of these, right? Because there's a good chance that when you make this stuff, especially following this recipe, if you follow this recipe exactly, then you'll end up making enough to fill out 2 of these molds. And there's usually about an error room of about 4 bears, and that's like plus or minus 4 bears. And that's because I have an extra thing I do, and that'll come into play a little bit later on as well, once this has kind of cooked down some. And now to give you guys a little extra tip and tricks that I've learned, like I said, you won't understand this unless you've had the experience and you went through it yourself. And so, the main thing is to know when the jello is done. If you were to take your spatula, right, and you could rub the bottom of it. Right now I can't do it because it's too early on, okay? But when I come back to this later, I will show you guys, and you might be able to see what I'm talking about. Or hear, at least. When you scrape the bottom of this pot, because you think it's all melted down, you scrape the bottom of the pot, you can feel the grittiness with the silicone spatula. You can feel it grabbing the spatula as you're rubbing across the bottom. And not only can you feel it, but you can sometimes hear it going as you're mixing it, right? And so to keep in mind for that, right? And another thing is that you'll realize towards the end of this time frame is that this will start becoming more translucent over time, and that's a good thing, you know. That's a good thing. And so we're gonna keep on mixing up this oil because I think it's about done. Oh, and then for those that are wondering, this is coconut oil. You can use any type of oil that you want for infusing, but I like using coconut oil because to me it has the best flavor that blends with other flavors, and at the same time, it's more bioavailable in the body, or makes it more bioavailable in the body, and so that's why I use coconut oil. You can use whatever, you know, and so this is the old school 1/8 of oil mixed into my coconut oil. I'm going to repeat myself. This is the old school 1/8. When I say old school 1/8, I mean the good old 3.75. You feel me? Not this bullshit new 3.5 that we get. I'm talking about the old school, the new, the good, the 3.75. Okay? So total we're looking at, it's and you're gonna want 100 milliliters of oil, and so you know, it doesn't matter again what oil. 100 milliliters of oil. I'm gonna refer back to the amount of liquid you use. So it's 100 milliliters of liquid too, right? And then your amount of magic oil in there, okay? And now, if you want to adapt this recipe for, say, fun guys, you know, the all-knowing fruit, okay, the fruit of the gods, if you know what I'm talking about, the magic mushrooms, yeah, you can take that, you can blend it up into a powder, and then mix your 100 milliliters of oil with that powder, and literally use it, as in that oil, that mushroom oil now, the same way that we're going to use this. And so, yeah, if you want to do it that way, you can too. This works for that recipe. It is that great. Oh, man, it's so exciting to do this. Okay, I want to say that's it for right now. And so I guess we shall... Am I missing anything? I'm trying. I'm sorry, you guys. This is my first time doing this. Don't judge me too hard, you know. Oh, I was gonna say, if you're interested in seeing a different method of making well, you guys might not know it. You might know it. It's those foam circus peanuts. I don't know if you remember that candy. It's like a peanut, right? But it's like foamy and squishy kind of, and they're like orange colored, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I had them, but I managed to recreate that texture, you know. So like basically, it has the same feel as the gummy does, but you bite right through it, and it's really soft, and it just breaks apart super easy. There's no gummy texture to it. There's no chew in it. It's great. And so if you want to know, if you want to see that done, then just drop a like and a comment saying that you want to see that recipe. That recipe actually came by mistake, and that's, again, one of those things through experience. And so I made a mistake. I created something different that people loved, and so I worked on recreating that mistake, but it was in control, and so that brought out the new foam peanut candies that I make too now. So if y'all want to see that, drop it. Hey, throw a little comment. Say, let me know you want to see it, and I'll throw it up. Man, I have no problem. The whole reason I'm doing this, it's like my homie said, it's free game. I want to help. I created something that I know everybody that has tried it is just thrilled with it, and so I feel the need to share this with other people. It's really the whole basis of this channel. I just want to help people as much as possible, with the least amount of harm done to anybody around. Whether it be ethical or unethical, it doesn't matter. Helping people knows no limits nor bounds for me. Well, we do what we have to do, right? And man, okay. Blabbering over here. Okay, and so now, again, we got 30 minutes left. I think I may step outside right quick and perform some aromatherapy, and then I'll be right back inside to finish this off for you guys. Okay. It looks like this oil, I want to say, let me see if we can get this picked up without me making a mess. Okay, alright, we're doing something here. Okay, check it out. It's nice and, yeah. Nice and mixed in there. That's perfect. And so total in this is 3,700 milligrams, for those that are still wondering, because I never answered the question that I made myself. Okay, good stuff. Yeah, 3,700. We're gonna try to go for a whole mold here if we can. Oh, you know what? I just realized something. I need to actually add more to this. Otherwise, this will not come out to what I had intended. Fun stuff. Hey, it's okay. I'll add it in a second. Won't be nothing. It'll still look the same. You guys won't know nothing. This will be a little bit more. But yeah, so let's see if this is. Listen. You hear that? You hear that crunchiness? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That crunchiness is letting you know that it's not done yet. Okay? And so, like I said, we will be back. And so, for now, I'm going to, I guess, we will see you in a little bit. And we are back again. Okay. Yeah, that thing happened again. I, totally forgot to come back. The timer set up, went off, and, well, here we are. Everything's good though. Oil's good. Gelatin's ready to be added in. It's already bloomed. Now, so let me show you that translucent, translucency I was telling you about. Look at this. Look at that purple. You see that? See that? Yeah. That's what you want to see right there. And now this top surface, that right there is mainly air bubbles, and usually I will scrape all of this off, and so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Grab just any any type of, thing. And what I normally do is I'll take it and I'll just scrape it off on the side. Like that, yep. And now the reason I scrape it off is because I want my gummies to look nice, okay? Like I said, I've been doing this for a while now, and after a certain point, you want everything to look really good, and so that's why I do this. But you really don't need to do this if you don't want to. You can just mix this in, and it won't cause any real issues either. And actually, I'll go ahead and show you guys that. That way, you can see what I'm talking about. We'll just set this to the side. Like I said, we're not going to clean it off the top. What we are going to do now is we're going to come in with our gelatin. And we're just going to add that into it. Bloop, just like that. See? And we're going to, no, don't want to do that. And I'm breaking that bad boy. Okay. And now we just don't come back. And see? It won't take too long for this to melt down. Especially if you're sitting here like messing with it and stuff, And so we're just gonna sit here and do this. We're gonna mix this up. Like that. Scrape the sides down a little bit if you want to. You can. It don't matter. Alright. All that scraped in. Everything melted down. Make sure you get it off the bottom. Look at that. Big old clumps. The gelatin's starting to melt. You see it? The stringiness? Yeah. That's what you want. Yep. We're just gonna let this mix in right here. Keep working it, keep mixing it. And man, I wish you guys could smell this right now. As soon as that bloom gelatin, that grape gelatin started mixing in, it fills the entire room with this grape candy smell. It is crazy strong. And you're gonna see, you're gonna mix it. Now I don't know if you noticed or not, but I'm using a certain style to mix it, and that's this quick folding method, right? And if you can see it, it stirs it around, and what happens is this side gets pulled over the top, right? Over this side, and the back side gets pushed down underneath, and that causes a really good even mix, right? And so that's what you want to do. You want to make a really good even mix, okay? You're going to keep on doing this, keep on doing this, keep on doing this. And now, that other tip I had, you can, for those that like cream savers, the Life Cream Saver, it's that creamy candy, usually comes in, I think strawberry. It's a strawberry cream saver. Okay, so if you want to turn any of these gummies into a Life Cream Saver style, let me know. And no, I don't mean like a Life Cream Saver flavor edition. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So like this grape, you can turn this into a grape cream pie, or like orange cream pie, or strawberries and cream. You get what I'm saying? You following my flow? Okay, cool. All right, keep going. Check it out. Look, it's all mixed together. Look at that. Well, it's like snot. You know what I mean? Okay, now see, once you get to this point right here, right? Everything's melted down now, okay? When you rub the bottom of the pot, it's smooth down there, right? You just feel the pot, it glides. It's not catching on any bits and pieces anymore, it's just gliding on the bottom now. And that's what you want, okay? This is what you want right here. Alright? Yeah. Okay. And so now from here, what we're about to do is add the oil. Now, set that to the side over there. And I'm going to push my ape hair out the fucking way. And I'm going to pour this into my mix. Alright? Just like that. Now, it's not going to want to mix at first. Generally because there are two different temperatures right now. Okay? So, you kind of have to wait a little bit until the two temperatures, the two different liquids, reach equilibrium. Okay? And so that's what we're going to do. And while it's reaching equilibrium, we're going to be stirring this the entire time. Okay? And you remember that method? The folding method? That's what you want to do here. Okay? And honestly, at this point, you want to try and break the surface tension with the gummy, okay? And so that's the whole purpose here. Don't mix it too fast because you're going to make a mess, okay? Trust me. This oil will it'll splosh around everywhere, okay? And so we're just going to mix this. We're just going to mix this. And at first, it looks like it's not mixing. And you're like, what in the world, man? And remember, it's because they're not the same temperature yet, okay? As soon as they start reaching the same temperature, you will see the jello mixture starts breaking apart into little pieces. You can kind of start seeing it now. It'll start breaking into little pieces, and it'll start mixing into the oil. Or excuse me, the oil will start mixing into the jello itself. And so that's what we're going for here, okay? And so we're just going to mix here. Mix. Just a bunch of mixing. And that's all we're doing here, man. We're just mixing, you know. This is it. This is mixing. Again, not rocket science, right? And I forgot to explain earlier. I know I said that I feel like other people that are making videos on gummies like this, they're lying to people, right? So if you use the amount of water they use in their gummies, and then you go to take it out your mold, there's a good chance that gummy's going to melt on you. And that's what I meant by saying sweat. When I said sweat, your gummies will sweat, and you don't want that problem. They will melt. They will literally melt into a puddle. And then all your hard work goes to waste, okay? You don't want that to happen. Trust me, okay? So just 100 milliliters of water, folks, okay? Use a 1 to 4 ratio, okay, when you're making this recipe, or any gummy recipe for that matter, okay? Always use 4 times the amount of jello mixture as then liquid, right? So if you if you're gonna use 100 milliliters of water, you need to use about 400. Or sorry, if you're gonna 1 to 3 ratio. If you're gonna use 100 milliliters of water, you need to use about 300 grams of jello mix. Okay, that's about 3 boxes with 30 on top. Look at that; it's starting to break apart. You see how it looks like that? It's like it's chunky looking. Yeah, see, that's what you want. It's doing it. It's doing its thing now, right there. And we're just gonna sit here and keep mixing this like this, right? And so while this is mixing, y'all believe in man, what's that thing called? You know, where like one person believes one thing and then like they swear it's real in like a different universe or some shit. You know what I mean? Damn, what's the name of that thing? I forget. But I swear I'm in a different reality, because I remember learning this quote. I don't know who the quote was from, okay? But the quote's about this boat, right? There's two guys on a boat, right? Say me and you are on a boat, okay? We're out in the middle of the ocean, all right? And this boat has a hole in it, dude. It's taking on water right now, right? So the boat that's leaking, okay? We have a bucket, right? We both have a bucket, but this bucket has like a hole in the side of it, okay? And we can't plug this hole. This is how buckets are in this world. You got me? The buckets in this universe, they just have a hole in them, so you can only get so much water out of your boat to keep you afloat. All right? And so the idea is, if me and you, again, we're on a boat, it's sinking. If I have a plan to design a better bucket, okay, that can evacuate more water, right? And I make that bucket and I start using it, okay? Why wouldn't I share that idea with the other person in the boat? Does that make sense? Is that ringing any bells? Okay, I'll repeat it again. If I have a better plan to save us, why wouldn't I share that with the other sailor? It doesn't, you know what I mean? Okay? Free game. Okay? Free game. I can't say that enough. Everybody around me can't say it enough. And only a handful of people are really willing to give it. Look at that. Do you see the difference now? You see how it's starting to change? Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. There's still a little bit of oil right here on the side. You can see kind of. But it's coming together really well now. We are about, I would say, a minute away from pouring this into our molds. Yep. Get that. Look at the wrist. Look at the wrist. Just look at the. Yeah, you're right. That's right. We're doing this right here. That's beautiful, man. I'm telling you. You use this recipe right here, you ain't going back to no other recipe. You won't need to. I promise. You know what I mean? Or your money back, guaranteed. Alright. We have officially got everything mixed together here now, alright, folks? And turning off the stove. The heat's gone, alright? We're going to come over here. Get your molds ready, right? You want to make sure these are ready. Now I'm deciding if I'm going to do this with my gloves on, or if I should just go ahead and pour and everything, because this might be almost impossible to do it with these things. And so, with that being said, oh yes, continue. Now you can use one of these scrapers right here. Got some white stuff on it. You can use one of these scrapers right here if you want. And so you would before that, what you want to do is you want to take this, and if you want, you can pour it into a smaller container like this. And the reason being is because, one, obviously easier to pour. Two, it's less surface area at the top. So when it forms a layer at the top, because it's going to cool down, it's going to form a layer, which it always does. It'll be less that forms, and so it's easier to mix into the rest of it, right? And so we're going to go ahead and do that now. And so just watch. And something to remember when you're doing this, come on, is the bottom of this has a lot of water on it, okay? And so you got to make sure, again, this is something you learn from experience, okay? And so you're going to wipe the bottom off. Be careful, it is spicy down there, okay? Okay? Just like that. Alright. And then we're going to take this mixture, just like so. And we're going to dump it right into our new vessel. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Just like that right there. Oh, hell yeah, man. Come on with it, man. Look at this, man. Nobody out here making this motherfucker like this right here, cuz. I'm telling you, bro. Just so y'all know, doing this shit in these fucking gloves, bro, it's not easy. Especially when I have an extra inch or two on these damn things. Boom, okay, there's a little bit in there, you know, but I'm not really worried about it right now. It ain't gonna kill nobody. We gonna set this off to the side. And what I like to do is I'll take this hot water, pour it right off in here. Just like that. And you don't worry about it. It'll kind of self-clean itself. And in the same basket, I want to take everything too. And I'm just going to go ahead and put all my stuff in here. Just like that. Sheet balls. Oh my goodness. Okay, just like that right there. Okay, this is going to be ready to clean. Now, we are back over here. Yeah, I'm going to try and pour it for you guys so you can watch it. Because I know it's kind of like enjoyable to see somebody do it. You know? And so I'm going to do that for y'all. I think it'll provide a little bit more entertainment. Shit. I'm going to take this and I'm going to stick this right here. So I can grab it like that. Yeah. And so, and then when I'm doing a pour like this, so you want to mix it a little bit, you know, mix it. And I won't pour everything, right? So because there's a good chance this is too much. And so you just want to pour a little bit and scrape, pour a little bit, scrape, pour a little bit, scrape. And what else? Oh, yeah, here, I'll show you a little bit. We're going to pour a little bit. Alright. Okay. Come over here. Get your scraper. And we're going to take this and scrape. Just like that. Let it fall in. See? Not too bad at all, right? Look at that. Scrape. We just scrape. Okay? And that's basically it. And so, from here, I will catch you guys in a second because I don't want this to cool down. It's going to have to be done pretty quickly because this, like I said, it cools down. And so, you want to get it done soon. Okay? And so, I will check back in with you guys in just a second. Okay? Hey, we're back again. Remember earlier when I said they last from between 2 to 5 months, and then I went on to say they don't last long? When I said at the end they don't last long, I meant that as in like they don't stay here for much longer after they get made, right? So that's what I meant. But like I said, shelf stability is going to be anywhere from 2 to 5 months. It could be longer. Who knows? You know, they don't last here long enough for me to really find out. But so that's just my guesstimate. Okay. So here we have what's left. And so what you're going to need is you're going to want to get you some parchment paper out, you know, break it off a piece like this. I went ahead and I forgot to mention before we stepped out that when you finish pouring, right, I was telling you guys that it will set quickly. It's going to take 4 hours for it to sit in the molds, okay? You want it to sit in the mold for 4 hours, okay? And the reason being is because you want some of that water right, that's still inside the gummy, right? Some of that's going to come out. And the way you want it to come out is you want it to come out the backs of the gummies, right? And so after about 4 hours, you can take them out the mold. And then from there, what you want is you want to get you some sugar. You can use your normal bleach sugar if you want to. But I prefer to use cane sugar. It just it melts a lot faster, you know. It's a little bit better for the body. Okay, so and then all this takes is taking it, and just a heads up, these have been sitting for a lot longer than 4 hours, and so this is something that can happen to you if you make them and you're like me, you set it and forget it. You know, you kind of absent-minded sometimes. You may forget these, and so it may be longer than 4 hours. You know, you might forget and come back to them. It might be 8 or 9 or 10, 11, maybe 4 days later. Who knows? Okay, and so what you want to do here is go ahead and pop it out, right? And now, mind you, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know if it's been longer than about. If it's been longer than about 8 hours, it's safe to say that you should go ahead and get you a little dish to put some water in. I don't know if you can see the water. Yeah, you see the water. And then all you're going to do is you're going to take your finger, you're going to dip it in the water just like that, just a little bit. Shake the drop off, okay? You don't want a drop on your finger. You're going to shake that drop off. You're going to take it and you're going to rub the back of the gummy, okay? That's what you want to do. You want to make it tacky, okay? The side that was inside the gummy, or inside the mold, that will be fine. That will still be nice and tacky. It'll stick to the sugar. But your back right here, the back side, that's not going to stick as well, right? And I'll show you that difference in a second, right? So I just did this one, right? So we're going to take this, drop that in sugar. All right, I'm gonna take it. Just like that. Shake this bad boy up. See? And now, as you can see, where we dabbed it up, it's stuck. Oh, there we go. Let's stick it on the side. Well, let me show you guys the face of it. I didn't even show you, right? This is how they turn out on the side. Look at that. Where'd they go? Oh. Okay, so without making the back tacky, this is what's gonna happen right here. Okay, so you'll push that down in there. Right, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna shake my sugar over the back of it. Look, nothing. It's not gonna stick to it. You see that? It won't stick. And so, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take it out. Like I said, and this is only something that needs to be done. You only need to wet and dab and do the tackiness if it's going to if it's been sitting longer than 8 or 9 hours, right? And so you can feel it with your finger. When you touch it, it'll feel tacky. And if it feels tacky, it'll stick to the sugar, right? If it doesn't feel tacky, it feels smooth and matte, it's not going to stick. And then you got to do the water method, okay? And so let's keep that in mind. And through some more experience, we learned. I don't actually use this anymore. Let me go ahead and get this guy out of here. Come here, baby. Okay. Look at that. Look at that web shit. It's just. I actually made a mix of rainbow sugar, right? It's got a little bit of pearlescent in there too. It makes the gummy look amazing, and I'll show you one of those now. Now, normally my gummies come out way better than this, but because of these 8 gloves, it made it so much harder to do. So just forgive me, you guys, you know. Get in there, get in there. Need more practice with the gloves is what it is. Yeah. Okay. It just looks crazy, man. They're so pretty. They turn out so nice. I just... Let me see if I can turn this light on for you guys real quick. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, man. If y'all like this, and y'all want to see more stuff like this, just, let me know, and I will do my best to make it happen. Like I said, we'll do this to help people out, and that's about it. And what else? Anything else? Oh, Mandela effect. Remember I was telling you guys about the if I couldn't remember yesterday, I was trying to figure it out, and I was telling you about the guy, and like if he believes something to be true, but it's but he thinks in a different universe, and so the Mandela effect, right? So I remember, and it was about the quote about the boat with two men trying to keep it afloat, and so yeah, and so just help your fellow being out. And not man, woman, help your fellow being out. That includes all life-breathing creatures, okay? Okay. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Look at all that.